The Pleiades here are 6 sisters, and it's the first time that I have seen them all together. And when you enter the gallery, you will first see Dakini. Dakini is the female embodiment of enlightenment. This is the first time I think that I did not use a personal experience to express and manifest in a specific sculpture. In this case, I was using a kind of shamanic technique. If I do something to the sculpture, can I also be doing it indirectly to myself? When I first saw Dakini hoisted up like that, this expression of epiphany, it's like a sudden realization. It's almost like bliss. And it's enlightenment. There she is in vermilion, which is the color of fire. Kali here has 4 arms. And what I can say about how it affected me in real life is when Billy and I worked together for the first time in one project together, and his first time in sculpture. So 4 arms, it's like 2 of us, 2 times 2, and all the dispute and all the worry and all the because Kali is Kali, war, death, destruction. So here she's on a rampage. And it took us so long to finish this because we were always at odds with each other. So that's Billy's head. But it's supposed to be one of the noblemen that Kali devastated in her rampage because she went on a rampage. So her jewelry are the fingers of a little girl from all the children that were killed in the rampage. Eshu is the lady of the crossroads who mediates between gods and men. So she holds a wine bottle and a cigar, for she has to retain the habits of nicotine and alcohol in order to be on the same astral plane as us humans. She also holds a trident of life, but there's a pig's heart in the middle, for scooping up man's garbage. When I was doing this issue for the Havana Biennale, I was quitting alcohol. I'd been an alcoholic, and this is me turning down the bottle. But the cigar is sort of like a link to the people in Havana. The cigar is how I quit cigarette smoking. So the two very significant changes that I had to go through at that point in my life. She's being surrounded by bubuli, which are garden lizards, lizards in general are ubiquitous in the Philippines, you know. And then she'll be lying on a bed of volcanic ash to signify the fire that she has been through. This all gets mixed up, no? The reality and the art. Inanna is in verdigris. She is the lady of the beasts. In this particular case, we gave her a set of tamaraw horns because we're particularly dedicated to the advocacy of saving the tamaraw. So she's hooved in the horn, and she holds a conch shell on one hand. The conch signifies sound, which is the beginning of all life. They say in the beginning was word, no, in the beginning was sound. That's according to Tantra. Of course, my personal experience with this was just an extension of a sculpture called Dea. I think she's one of the most beautiful among them. I did a bit of cosmetic surgery. This is Magdalene. She's a black Magdalene, like Black Nazarene. she was I identified with her for a long, long time. And when I was researching about her, I was crying because I wanted to avenge her. She was maligned by the church, although she was the closest disciple to Jesus Christ. I felt so much anger with the patriarchal system. And so I came up, this is my vindication of Magdalene, the Magdalene. I gave her the wounds of the Christ during crucifixion, here and at the feet. And she has a cranial protuberance, an extra brain, like the Egyptian shape, because I believed what I researched, that she had gone through the ancient Egyptian mysteries. And she was well versed in these, and also realized her female power. She was very supportive. She was intelligent and intellectual. She was always portrayed with a book. And she would even go to help finance the sorties of the Christ. So this is my vindication. I gave her also, apart from the wounds, she has a 3-month baby. Aliyah is the moon goddess from Bicol. The myth has it that she would go down periodically to Earth to bathe in our warm waters. In one of those forays, she was spotted by an Earthman. He wooed her and he won her, and so now they made love. When I was doing this, I wasn't pregnant yet, so this isn't really my pregnant belly. Eventually, when I got pregnant myself, it was way bigger than that. But I could swear that when I was setting her up to face Sirius, she was moving. She moved. And I thought, wow, I just wish, my first wish fulfillment work, I think, when I wished for a daughter. So. And it came 2.5 years later. The outer circle is formed by the omphalos figures. They're musical notes. You can see there's sharp. So in a while, we'll be laying out the notes so that it will start to sound da 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 da. The notes were laid out physically with no thought of the melody. It just depended on how aesthetically they formed themselves on the sand.